This online session is part 1 of MagicInfo server. After completing this session, user can install MagicInfo and carry out content management and distribution, which are the basic CMS functions. This session is composed of 3 parts. 1. Server installation. 2. Initial setup. 3. Basic feature of contents management system. Part 1. Server installation. PostgreSQL DB installation. Before installing MagicInfo server, user should have database server up and running. MagicInfo server installer supports PostgreSQL DB and Microsoft SQL Server. For the purpose of this tutorial, PostgreSQL DB server will be used. The user should make sure to take memo of his password, which was set up for administrator account during database server installation. It will be needed later. Server installation. MagicInfo server installation. Now user can proceed with MagicInfo server installation. Installer allows the user to choose Express and Advanced setup type. In Express mode, most settings will be pre-configured by installer. Those settings can be changed later. Advanced mode gives user more options during installation process. For the purpose of this tutorial, Express setup type will be used. Provide password for database administrator account. It was set during database installation. This is the only thing needed during Express installation. Login and password details. In this step, the installer will provide a summary of all settings configured during installation. Make sure to save it using provided Save button, as this summary also includes first login information for the MagicInfo server. Printing it out might also be a good idea, but remember to retain it in a secure location. After finishing the installation process, the user can check if MagicInfo server is running. Open Internet Explorer or Chrome web browser and type http://localhosts:7001/MagicInfo. MagicInfo login page should appear. Part 2. Initial setup. Server license page. To run the server, initial setup needs to be done. The first thing user should do after MagicInfo server installation is to register at least one license. To do it, please log in to MagicInfo server with admin credentials. Without any license registered, only User and Setting menu will appear. Next, go to Setting menu, then License Info submenu. Here, the user can check all information about registered licenses, as well as add new ones or remove existing ones. Adding Premium I license key. If a license key has already been granted, the user can register it by clicking First Time Activation button, and then entering license key and company details. At the end, click Save button to finish the activation process. For each type of device, separate license key is needed. This means that for each additional license key, a new activation request has to be run. After finishing the license key activation, please refresh MagicInfo page or log out and log in again. Now the user is able to see additional elements in the main menu. The user already knows how to add new licenses to the MagicInfo server, but there are also additional options available. First time activation for new and returned keys. Additional activation for key extension. If a license has been modified, for example by increasing the number of supported devices, the user has to do additional license activation to reflect this change in the system. Use Return License to reinstall server and save the license key for new instance. Return License button allows the user to release the license key for a new activation. The license can be then transferred from one server to another. Free license is time-limited trial license. By clicking Free License button, the user can request a trial license for each device type. Those licenses run for a limited amount of time and have a limited number of supported devices, but allowed to use and test MagicInfo server immediately after installation. Initial setup. First run. Every time the user logins into MagicInfo server, dashboard page appears. Initially, the page is empty, but it can be customized with a set of predefined widgets by using Layout Setting button. Each user can create their own layout of widgets. Widgets can be treated as health monitors, which quickly allow the user to check if all parts of the system work correctly. Part 3. Content Management System. Now the user will learn basic features of how to manage content and make playlists and schedules. Content. Before building playlists or schedules, first the user has to fill MagicInfo server with some content. This can be easily done through Content menu. First, use drag and drop method. Use Upload Content button to open Content Uploader window. Now either drag or drop content files over this window. Click Start Upload button to finish content uploading process. Try Classic Upload method. Click the Uploader window to open a standard file dialog box. Now the user should see all uploaded content within Content window. By clicking each content name, Content Properties window should appear. If some content files are no longer needed, they can be removed from the system by selecting them and clicking Delete button. Filtering by file type parameter. Switching to thumbnail view and checking content. The user can also switch view mode between list and thumbnail. Searching by file name. Content Management System. Playlist. Having several content files registered on the server, the user is able to build a playlist from those files. One way to do it is by selecting desired content files in the Content window and then clicking Add to Playlist button, setting target device type and playlist type. The first step of this process is selecting the type of supported target devices and then the type of playlist. Be advised that choice of supported target devices has impact on content files types that can be used, as well as on availability of more advanced functions. Clicking Create button allows the user to proceed to the next step. Now the user will be able to edit the content of the playlist. By default, the duration for static content is set to 5 seconds and for movie content, the duration is taken from its file. Optionally, the user can set transition effect between any two contents in the playlist by clicking the button between them and choosing desired effect from the list below. While moving mouse over the content thumbnail, the user may have noticed a gear icon. By clicking this icon, the user can open Content Properties window. Another way to open the Content Properties window is by selecting the content thumbnail and clicking Settings button located at the top. When the playlist composition step is finished, the user should click Save button at the top left corner to open Save dialog window. Now provide the name for the playlist and choose a group to which this playlist should belong. Adding some description in the field below is also possible. Click Save button below to finalize the playlist creation process. In the top right corner, the user should see a notification that the playlist has been saved successfully. The newly created playlist is now accessible under Playlist menu. By clicking the name of the playlist, the user can open the Playlist Properties window, where all the details regarding this playlist can be checked. If editing the playlist content is necessary, click Edit button to enter the playlist edition mode. Now add a new element to the playlist or remove the one which is no longer needed. Modification of all other playlist-related settings is also possible. To create another playlist similar to the existing one, use Copy button to create a new instance of existing playlist and then modify it to suit your needs. Content Management System. Device Approval. To connect a new device to the MagicInfo server and use it under MagicInfo solution, it needs to be approved first. All unapproved devices should be listed under Unapproved submenu within the display menu. Once the smart signage screens have URL to MagicInfo server set up, it should be visible on the unapproved list. To approve a device, in other words, to add a device to the system, select Desired Device and click Approve button. Approve Device dialog window should appear. The user can specify a new name for the device or use the existing one. Next, select a group to add a device to. Optionally, the user can provide a device location. Click OK button and confirm that you want to continue. The approved device will no longer be visible in this section. It can be found under All or by Group submenu. Smart signage screens are approved now and ready to be managed by server. Content Management System. Content Schedule. Once the content is uploaded, the play is created and the device is approved, it is possible to create a schedule. To create a schedule, go to Schedule menu, click Create Schedule drop-down menu and select Add Content Schedule option. Create Schedule dialog window should appear. As with a playlist creation, the user has to select the type of supported target devices and the type of schedule. Click Create button to proceed to the next step. Now a calendar view of the first channel should appear. Each schedule can consist of one or more channels and each of those channels has its own independent calendar. Each entry in the calendar is the so-called program. On the left-hand side, the available contents, playlists or input sources will be presented, depending on the option that was chosen from the drop-down menu above. They will act as the row of programs. To add a program to the calendar, simply drag it from the list on the left and drop it in a desirable position in the calendar view. By clicking a program in the calendar, the user will open Create Program dialog window. Now, conditions on how and when a program should be played can be set. Once the conditions have been modified, click Save button to apply the changes. Depending on the length of the program, it is more convenient to use a different calendar range or a default weekly one. Change a visible calendar timeline by using buttons in the top right corner. To change the existing channel name or to add a new channel, click Channel drop-down menu and choose Edit Channel option. Edit Channel dialog window should appear. It will contain the list of all channels within the schedule. Here, the user can edit the name of any channel. The user can also add an additional channel, change order of the channels, or remove a channel from the schedule. After making all the changes, click Close button and confirm if the changes are to be saved. To add programs to another channel, select a channel name from drop-down menu at the top and proceed analogically as in the case of the first channel. When a schedule is ready for deployment, click Save button. Save dialog window should appear. Provide the name of the schedule, set a schedule group and select device groups, which contain the desired target devices. Select device group to save and deploy the schedule. By clicking More header, the user will get access to more advanced functions like content synchronization or date setting for schedule deployment. Click Save button to begin a schedule deployment process. A notification that a schedule has been created successfully will appear. On the bar in the bottom right corner, the user can observe the deployment progress. Changing device thumbnail size. More smart signage screen details can be checked. Content Management System. Message Schedule. To create a message schedule, go to Schedule menu, click Create Schedule drop-down menu and select Add Message Schedule option. Add Message Schedule dialog window should appear. As with a playlist or content schedule creation, select the type of supported target devices. Click Create button to proceed to the next step. Now the user should see a message editor window where the message can be customized. All changes can be observed in real time within the preview area. When a message schedule is ready for deployment, click Save and Deploy button. Save dialog window should appear. Proceed analogically as in the case of the content schedule deployment.